Lance Smith knows American rallying better than most. It's been his life for 4 decades. In that time, he's built one of the world's finest preparation firms in Vermont Sports Car, the company running a Subaru program which has dominated the US rally scene for 20 years. In 2025, it's all changed for Smith. He's stepped aside from VSC and Subaru and has focused his attentions on the wider picture of promoting American rallying. Listen in as he outlines the challenges facing the sport stateside, how he intends to fix them, and deliver an all-American hero to the stages. We're here in beautiful, snowy Atlanta, Michigan, after another tremendous snowdrift rally, the start of another season of ARA National Championship presented by Kubota. Ordinarily, I would be congratulating you on another victory for VSC, for Subaru Motorsports USA, Brandon Seminuk. But actually this morning, I'm congratulating you on the opening round because your role has changed. You're wearing different colors. Yep. There's no Subaru blue on you today. Rally forward. Tell us what's happened over the winter. What's changed?
I wanted to do something different with rally. We've won a good number of championships for Subaru. We've created a really good following for the brand. And there's an awful lot more of rally, the future of rally. And really, I didn't feel that anybody was looking at the business side. So after doing what we've done in the past, I wanted to apply some of that to the sport as a whole. So to be honest, I'm going to retire in a few years, and I want to make sure that somebody's there to get the same experience I did as a business. You know, we've proven for Subaru of America, that rally can be valuable in marketing. It's worth it to do it. And so now I wanted to put myself in a position where I could help others do what we did. And it's for me very inspiring because now I'm able to speak to everybody and anybody. So I really find that, enjoyable. Tire manufacturers, other automotive manufacturers, other teams. You know, this weekend we had a really nice car, Renault. Yeah. You know, a Rally 3 car, brand new. And this gentleman wants to have a number of those cars in America to rent. Yeah. Right? I want to help him.
Yes.
He's new to the sport. I've been involved for 30 years. Yeah. But so I want to help grow his business. Yeah. Okay, and find value in rally for others.
We should dive really straight into the issues, I guess, that have brought you here. What's wrong with rallying in America?
I don't think we've done a good job explaining the value of rally, all the different things that touch rally or can have legs from rally. There's many ways. There's a lot of engineering that goes into the sport. Mm-hmm. A lot of these cars are very technical. We don't really do a great job passing the knowledge down or exposing kids that are interested or students that are interested. I think we can do a better job of that, and I want to be part of it.
Lance, we're seeing some of that initiative already. We had University of Northwestern Ohio students here. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, amazing. So I was out spectating, and these kids came up and talked to us, and 39 students are visited on their own.
Really?
They're forming a rally club at the university, and they're interested in rally, and they're out here to learn. I think 20 of them were helping other rally crews, and wow. It's happening. So for me, it's like, okay, somebody needs to get the most out of this and help them. Yes. If they've got excitement, I want to be the guy that helps.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And one aspect of rallying, we know the next generation. We've got to engage with that next generation. We see American motorsport, NASCAR, for example, has an aging demographic. Rallying doesn't, does it? We have that opportunity to grab the youngsters.
Yes, we have the youngsters, and we have to keep going to get the younger ones, and also maintain the young guys that we have. So, or young guys and girls that we have. So yes, we have ongoing excitement, and really a lot of motorsports, the reach has been in person, and rally has a real unique spread over social media. You know, the excitement is followed a lot more than other racing on social media. So we're good. The other unique thing that I don't think we explain to people very well is we bring the racing to them. So we're making a very substantial economic impact to small communities in the U.S. And we're going to prove that. So Eric Hubbard from Kentucky has a reporting system of the actual economic impact for these small events. He's done a great job in Kentucky, and I'm going to utilize his formula and how they do it throughout the U.S. so we can bring that education and knowledge nationally.
Which it's not really been done before, but we see it in the World Rally Championship all the time. After every round, the local community, the regional government will send out this document describing exactly how much money has been spent. And we see it here. You know, we've had to stay 30 miles north of Atlanta because you simply can't find the rooms.
That's right. That's right. Recently, there was a rally in Michigan last year that did an economic study, and they brought in $4.5 million on one weekend for a small town in Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is serious. This can help people. I visited with restaurants this weekend, and they mentioned to me that this weekend is what gets them through the winter.
Yeah.
Before the camping and fishing season. So it's important, but not many people know what we can help with. You know?
Yeah, no, exactly. So. And this is great, Lance, but you know, for at least a decade, more than a decade now, way more than a decade, people have seen you in that blue shirt and understood you as the owner of Vermont Sports Cars and team principal of Subaru. Firstly, what gives you the credentials to take this sport? You know, one of the things that I can see here is a real parallel between what David Richards did back in the day with the World Rally Championship when he was running the Subaru team. Obviously, this is on an American scale. DR was running the Subaru team, winning world championships, doing incredibly well. He understood there was an issue, a wider issue with the promotion of the World Rally Championship. He stepped aside in late 90s through International Sports World Communicators, and he took over the WRC. And for me, it became almost a golden era of the WRC. He had a vision.
Yeah.
Are we seeing you as a kind of an American DR, if you like?
Well, I hope so. No. It's very, very similar to that.
Yeah.
So I was in the paddock all the time, and I wasn't seeing other teams as a business being successful, right? And so I would like to apply what I've learned or assist with what I've learned to others, okay? And I've been told many times in my life, since a very young age, you'll never make a living at rally in America. And I think I have.
Yeah.
So it is possible. This is a growing sport. This is real world testing for automotive cars, right? So it needs to be, could be utilized for that. It's not, we're not doing circles here. Although I like NASCAR, this is real roads with real cars, real drivers, you know? Some of the best drivers in the world do rally. Everybody will tell you that around the globe. It's true. And so it's very unique. We just have to explain it better. And then once we do that, we can apply the increased exposure to a benefit to all the teams.
There's no doubt we have more relevance than any other motorsport. You know, we get in the same cars, essentially the same silhouette. We drive on the same roads.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
This is one of the only sports in the world where you can actually get on the same road the same day as the champion, right? National champion in this case, and compete a time against him or her. And that's no other sport does that. This is one of the few sports where you have a driver and a co-driver. So you can have business partners, you can have a father-daughter. In Rally in America right now, we have a mother co-driving for a son. Unbelievable. That's a story we're going to tell. And unique. Do you know how many people that go to track days and they experience it in the car by themselves, and their other person they're with is driving a different car.
Yeah.
When you're together, it's a real team.
Yeah.
And that feeling, that connection. After I was a co-driver for a number of years, a good number of years, but that connection that you have lasts much longer than the time in the car.
Yeah.
The trust factor and the connection. You know, you have a few major accidents with somebody, you become friends or not friends pretty fast.
Absolutely. And it's true though, that the fact that what you say there about the stages, the roads that we drive, and we were talking to Matthew Nikinen yesterday, who of course won Open two-wheel drive national in his beautiful BMW.
Yeah.
And he was saying, it's great to win a class, but look, I can compare myself here to Brandon Semenuk. No other sport. It's fantastic. But you mentioned there, Lance, that you were a co-driver. You were a co-driver of some repute as well. I believe Stig Blomqvist was one of your drivers.
Yes. He came to drive my brother's car in the late 90s, and I had the privilege to co-drive for him. Yep, it was pretty unique. And by the way, I wasn't a great co-driver.
Well, I was going to say, co-driver, tell us, let's go all the way back to your backstory. Where did it start? What was the interest in rallying?
Well, I worked, as a young man, I worked for a gentleman, Tivy Shenton, that retired basically to the U.S. He came to work for John Buffum as a mechanic, and eventually left there and started his own business. And I got to apprentice with him for 7 years almost. And when John Buffum's Quattro first came to the America, the first Quattro, Michel Mouton's car, Tivy Shenton and I went to help set up the suspension. Now, I'm a young guy at this time, right? I'm holding a string. That's my talent. And I'll never forget, John Buffum asked Tivy to go for a ride in the car, and Tivy said, take the kid. And I was the kid. And when I got in the car, first car I ever was in where, on tarmac with gravel tires, all four wheels lit up. My head went back to the seat, and I was like, what is this? and it was done. That's what I was going to do.
You were hooked.
Oh, yeah, finished. And thankfully, John and I are friends 40 years later, and I've had a huge bunch of experiences in this that are great.
It's kind of impossible to underestimate the impact that John Buffum had on rallying. He brought the world to America, didn't he?
Absolutely. And it happened here, up here. So this is where they first started doing rally that was, let's say, TSD rally that became very brisk in the evening.
Yes, absolutely. And so you've gone from there, because obviously there is a business interest as well with Vermont Sports Cars. When did that begin? So
Vermont Sports Car was formed after my time with Tivy, and really Vermont Sports Car was because my background is sports car restorations, right? And that was the name of the company. My passion was rally. So I restored a number of collector cars. I was given a budget for some investors, and I was able to go around the country at 25 years old with a budget. To go out to Pebble Beach and things like this, and buy different cars, bring them home and restore them. We did that for a number of years. And then I had a rally car outside, my own Golf GTI. And one of the investors said, what is that thing? Well, it's a rally car. And so we did a few rallies together with him driving, and they wanted to build their own, and they trusted me enough to do it. And that was my mission there. So I took the company and steered it more to rallying.
So one of the key aspects, Lance, that we see is the need for potentially more manufacturers such as Subaru or more importers. You talked to Sean Donnelly with the Renault. We know there are people in Europe, around the world, that want to come to America to compete. How do we facilitate that?
One of the projects we're working on now is managing the importation of these cars and trying to alleviate the high cost of exporting for the carnet to continue the carnet, and also the insurance for the U.S. So these projects are, they fall in above the ARA level, Rally Forward will take that on. We're speaking with governments now, and we're trying to make an easy path. What I'd like to end up with is a group of people that could help to facilitate these cars and teams coming over and do competition and be able to stay for a while, you know? So they're here, the cars are coming, they're on carnets, but it's very costly and very difficult.
Yeah.
And, you know, this unique sport will help a lot of communities, so let's get them here, you know?
No,
that's
absolutely.
the mission.
We obviously have to, we reference Subaru again, it's the manufacturer, the importer that's involved. Subaru's derived great value from competing in America. How do we take that value to the next level? How do we make sure that there's reward for both privateers and professionals coming in?
Well, my hope is, you know, eventually a lot of the best cars get sold on.
Yeah.
And a lot of our competitors are using some very old cars now.
Yeah.
And as we get more good cars in, they'll trickle down. It's true. I've seen it in the past. And the cars will go to other owners and they'll be able to afford a better car as it comes. And the way to do it, there's a lot of manufacturers that make Rally 2 cars and Rally 3 cars, and they're not the, you know, high level car that Subaru has here, or Rally 1 in Europe. They're not like that expensive. So those cars we want to get in, as much as getting factory team cars in, for sure. Now, if you look at Subaru of America, at the moment there's not a lot of competition at the knife's edge of the sport. But to increase their ROI, they need competition.
Yeah.
I want to get the story going. I want more people to win rallies and the real competition to come.
Yeah.
You know, the Ford versus Chevy thing, that's how you say it in America. That was where it started.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to recreate that, and I'm sure we can do that. And then there's more power in more people exposing rally to the masses, you know.
It's been, you know, I've been working in the American side of the sport since joining DirtFish 5 years ago. And I love it. I love the American Championship ARA, but it's this real sort of almost juxtaposition of what is it? You know, it's not career progression motorsport. It is kind of bring whatever you want to bring and compete in everything. And it does create something of a conflict, doesn't it? So what message would you send to the American rallying community? Is ARA going to change? Would I still be able to build a car in my garage and bring it and compete at the highest level?
Absolutely. We're not going to take that aspect away from American rallying, because I can tell you, as when I was a young person, I'm not going to get involved unless I can do my own. That's how Americans think.
Yeah.
So what I do want to do is bring in engineered parts.
Right.
Parts that only the manufacturers have enough money to properly engineer these cars.
Yeah.
But give us here in America the access to buy those parts, and they can build their own cars.
Yeah.
Right? So, and what I mean with that is it'll actually save the teams money in the end.
Yeah.
They'll get to do their own car. It's a balancing point. They'll get to do their own car and buy quality parts and instead of trying to invent their own.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take away the grassroots of American rallying. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to build that up. But I'm also going to provide access to another range of components.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, a little bit more about Rally Forward. What is it? Where's it based? And what's the kind of timeline for the future? Well,
Rally Forward was actually created in 2024. Okay, early 24. I stepped out of the team a little bit last year, and I just studied rally from a different perspective. And right now it's based in Vermont. That's where I am. It's in my office. Yeah. There's only 2 employees for Rally Forward at the moment. Yeah. And we're focused on creating the plan. Eventually, I would like to have, all the knowledge in rally, how rally works, is held by a lot of older people, okay? I'm gonna hopefully, and we have real good support, is get a group of people together to help us that are semi-retired, that have spent their life in rallying, to pass knowledge on, okay? I don't have the knowledge to put on rallies. That's not what I did. But I want to connect the dots and get a group of senior people to hand it off, to pass it down, because we need to learn. We all need to learn. And I hope Rally Forward's a conduit to that.
Yeah. Oh, it will remain based in Vermont?
No, I can't say that. I don't know. We're looking at expanding. We're doing a lot of business right now in the state of Kentucky, and I see Kentucky being very valuable to the future of rally. The roads are amazing. The surface of the road is amazing. We can make a great impact there. The technology schools are there. It's the most advanced area in the United States for EV vehicles. So in a way, there's a future down there. And I've met with many government officials. They visited Vermont. They saw what we were doing, and they're really enthusiastic to help us on this project. So I spend a lot of time there, and I'm studying it. That's what I can tell you.
Okay. So without wishing to hold you to numbers or any specifics, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, what are we looking at for ARA? How will it evolve and how will it change?
Well, this is sort of like, honestly, my second year of study.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did a graphics package. We provided them with some tools and equipment. Like, ARA does a great job. I'm not trying to change that. What I'm trying to do is give them the assets they need to grow, to mature. Yeah. Okay, and so I'm in a position to help with that, give them advice, and try to guide the ship. So I'm not changing ARA. I think you're going to see a great change in 26, and that's what I'm really working on. So 25 will be small adjustments and alteration, a little polish, and I'm hoping in 26 we can go, okay, now this is ARA.
Yeah.
Right? This is the future of rally, and step it up from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, so much of our sport is driven by competition, isn't it? You know, it's that really keeps it interesting. Is it difficult? We saw Brandon Semenuk win this rally by more than 4 minutes. We talk about ARA in around the world. I go around the world and talk about it. People say it's Brandon's championship. That potentially, the dominance of Subaru has potentially harmed American rallying.
It's built it,
yeah,
and it's held it at a certain position.
Yeah,
and we're gonna, you know, we have to make it different. Subaru wants us to make it different, honestly. Yeah. They support what I'm doing. I didn't do this without permission. Yeah. You know, I can tell you, when I started the program for Subaru, I met a gentleman in the back of my service truck, and I talked to him for an hour in there. I held him in that truck because I knew he was from Subaru. Yes. Okay? Yeah. Today, he's the president of Subaru of America. I didn't do this without him knowing. Okay, I didn't make this change. Yeah. I'm not going to bite the hand that feeds me. It's very simple. So I'm going to expand their program and their reach. It's not going to be easy for them, but we need more competition. It's the bottom line. Yeah. So that's what I'm going after, and I have their blessing. That's amazing, right? It's amazing that I'm in that position to do that. And okay, Lance, you know, you got us to here. Let's go to the next level. So I have that support. Really good.
It does feel, I have to say, talking to you and watching over the last couple of months, a few months, what you've done, it feels like a real pivotal moment, doesn't it, for American rallying?
I believe it to be, yes.
Yeah.
I'm as competitive as anybody in the car. Okay, any driver you have, any co-driver, any team manufacturer, I'm as competitive. And I'm competitive on the business side. Yeah. Like, I'm going to prove rallying in America works. Yeah. This will be a substantial championship that the world follows. Yeah. That's my goal.
And as somebody who's already, you know, lived a chunk of your life in rallying, how exciting is it to be at this kind of tipping point and perhaps to be the instigator of it?
It's a little nerve-wracking, okay? You know, I was headed towards retirement. I tried it for a very short period of time. I got very bored, and I was just like, no, it's not right for me to just have made a living and done very well off of this thing. And now all of a sudden I walk away, and it's the same as it was 30 years ago for the field. That's not right. So that's what grabbed me. Okay, I need to give back. I want to give back. And so it fired me up. I have new inspiration. I have excitement. And I'm hoping when I'm done, this could be my gift to rallying. You know, like, okay, people go, wow, it's a business, you know? And that'd be exciting. That'd be very rewarding for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is, we're kind of potentially entering this perfect storm as well for rallying in America with the World Rally Championship. Lots of talk about the round coming back to North America, to the USA. How do we see that integrating into what Rally Forward is doing?
In the recent past, you know, there has been some competition between the championships.
Yeah.
We are in discussion with the WRC promoter. I believe ARA's role and Rally Forward's role is to help facilitate the WRC to come to the US.
Yeah.
Okay? We're going to assist them, but we're also, ARA will gain benefit from the WRC. And right now we're discussing what's that balance point. I want to put the power or all of the strength of the volunteers and marshals and organizers from ARA behind the WRC to help make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay? But there will be some benefit to American rallying. I want to be better off when the WRC goes home.
Yes.
And that's easy to do. We just have to find the way.
Yeah.
And we've all agreed on it. So that's really nice.
Yeah. One of the issues, I don't know, perhaps intricacies maybe of American rallying is that each of the event organizers stands kind of alone and does their own thing. And, you know, we see the variation between rounds as we go across this enormous geography of the country. That's not something we see in WRC. You know, it's very formulaic.
Yes.
Where do you sit with that? Do we need to corral all of the ARA rounds and say, right, you will do this on this day and this on this day and the arrows will be this color and this? Do we need more of that? Do we need less of that? Do we need to leave the events as individuals?
Well, we're not doing that at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. What I do intend is Rally Forward will have its own rally.
Yeah.
It'll you know, start out as a regional rally. It will hopefully become a national rally, and I'm not going to make that decision. That's ARA's decision. I'm at a different spot, although I might be helping behind the scenes with ARA. And then I want to take that one and use that event as one that's more commercial, one that's designed as a business, you know, and show in real time, show other opportunities to rallies, different rallies. If hopefully they can apply some of what we do, and over time we can get a little bit more standardized. But this isn't going to happen overnight, and we have to prove it works first. I think that's fair to everybody. Our biggest problem in America, honestly, is the size of our country.
Yes.
We love it. The dynamics in the different rallies are very unique, but this is bigger than Europe as far as getting around. The World Championship travel distance are less than ours.
Yes.
You know, you take some boats out of the way, I mean. But so we have that to overcome. I do believe that the regional championship should be built up. I think there's a lot of value in that, and I want to be part of that as well. So when I got involved with ARA, I was thinking about promotions for the national championship. I actually inherited the regional championships, right? Or regional rallies.
Yeah.
And I'm going to build that as well. I don't know how yet.
Yeah.
So I'm still studying that. What can we do to help? But we have in America, we have a great team of enthusiastic people that put on rally. They are all volunteer based.
Yes.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, they're the backbone, aren't they?
Yes, and we have to help them. That's my position. I want to help them. I'm not going to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
I want to, you know, it's true that some rallies in America don't end up with a lot of money when it's over for their event. I want to reverse that. That's job one. Yeah. You know, we can't have them stressed with their time and their finances to put on a rally. We've got to figure that out. So that's a group of people to assist. Yeah. Maybe that's bringing in some more sponsorship. You know, help from the community, explaining the value of rally. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, to help get them to the next level.
It's so encouraging that it's a bottom to top process. You know, you're not looking just at the very top of the pyramid. You understand that there's a huge community here that has to be helped. One aspect of obviously everyday life, Lance, is social media, and how does American rallying push itself in social media? What plans do you have on that front?
Well, this year we've invested in a community member, Andy DeRossi. He's a gentleman that's rallied in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
He knows everybody, and we've engaged with him to expose everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, to rally. And I'm not asking him to follow the top teams. I'm asking him to follow everybody.
Yeah.
That's a unique approach. And I want to do that because this is not a one-sided thing. So that's one of the very first steps that we're doing. We've embedded somebody from the community with the talent to expose all. You know, so yeah, I expect change from that. And in the end, honestly, I want to get this on a streaming service or on a TV show, but it's a few years out. You have to give me time.
Yeah.
You know, so we're making investments. They have to be very calculated at the moment, and we're going to do it one step at a time so we don't make a mistake.
And you talked there about obviously the development of the media side. That's crucial to bringing in OEMs, to bringing in more manufacturers, isn't it? I mean, they're the
Absolutely.
future, part of the future.
Yes, we need their help. We want more OEMs in here. We want to make this a unique sport where it stays community, but you have OEMs here, okay? Subaru has been very good over the years connecting with the fans and the other teams. We want to do the same. That's something that Rally Forward will control, okay, is the feeling within the paddock. This is not going to turn into Formula One, okay? I'm not going to allow it. This is a team. If you want to join the team, I'm here to support you. You know, so that's my feeling, and I want to carry that forward. But we've done a thing where, you know, we're having good footage brought in from other teams. If you see something unique, I want to show it. We're going to put a 65-inch outdoor TV on the side of it for the next event, and if somebody has something really good, we're going to show it to the service park.
Yeah.
Okay. We also worked with Rally TV. We're going to show their stuff publicly. Okay. So we're going to have a lot of unique footage. It's going to become more interesting, and I think it'll do a lot for morale and give people that are shooting a place to show it.
Is there much interest from other manufacturers? Are you talking to the manufacturers out there?
Yes, we are. So really, Preston Osborne leads that up at ARA. And he's talked to more manufacturers in the last 4 months than he did in the previous 4 years. Wow. And I'm not doing that. I do part of that, it's true. But I'm not doing tire manufacturers as well, you know, component manufacturers, people that have been looking at it for years. I think we have renewed interest. So yeah, we're going to try to bring in a lot of help from people. So
one aspect that America struggles with and has struggled, we talked a lot about John Buffum earlier, the need for a national hero. We, you know, in Britain, we were brought up on Colin McRae, Richard Burns. We were very, very fortunate. You had John Buffum, you had obviously the late and incredibly great Ken Block.
Yeah.
Where does that next American hero come from?
We were actually able to bring in a non-endemic sponsor this year.
Yeah.
A major corporation, Kubota Tractor Corporation. They're helping Connor Martell.
Yeah.
Right? You saw his car branded this weekend.
Nice shade of orange, that. I have to say, Lance,
yeah,
like
pretty
that.
good for DirtFish branding. But that's a unique moment.
Yeah.
Okay? We've proven in our discussions to a corporation that had very little to do with rally, right? A lot to do with NASCAR. We've proven to them the value of rally.
Yeah.
Okay, and they've joined. Now we want to help that happen to become and Connor to become a top American driver, right? And then we're going to help another one. We're going to continue that on, because I believe there's many companies can benefit from being involved in rally, and that means many drivers can, co-drivers and teams. I just have to connect the dots.
Yeah. No, I have to say, arriving in the service park and being surrounded by Kubota tractors and all of those vehicles, it was great, and it really kind of gave us a view of where the championship is moving and where it's going to. And I have to say, Lance, it is very exciting. The future, for me, looks brighter than ever in America. So thank you very much for the time.
Yes, thank
and
you.
I look forward to the future with
Okay,
you.
very good. Let's do it.